Here we go. What's
What's
good?
good, Crocky?
Yo, yo, yo.
Hold up, man. Let me throw this in real quick. I know we ain't got much time, but I can't barely hear you.
Yeah.
There we
How?
go. Cool.
Yeah. So how you feeling about the team after the game last night? Can you hear me?
There we go. Now I can hear you. Yeah, I
All
can hear
right.
you now. Yeah.
So yeah, how you feeling about the team after the game last night?
Hey, man, I feel great. I feel really good, man. It was a quality win. We went out there, Kyle, went and punched, Sean in the mouth again and made sure he know he's still a little brother. No matter how much you try to run my system, it's still my system. Um, it was a great game overall. Defensively, man, Jesus, Jimmy Ward with 2 picks. I was so happy for him, man. Dub
First
did his thing.
interception since 2016.
Yes, sir. So you got to get that man his props. Everybody played well, man. And to be honest with you, we ran the ball. That's what we do. We run the ball to set up the pass. Kyle got back in his bag and did what he was supposed to do. And I tell you this, even though you got Greg Pinelli coming on, this is what I'm gonna tell you. Jimmy did what Jimmy did. Those are some pedestrian numbers. Those are some pedestrian numbers. I
But
was not
okay,
watching. No, I'll give you that, Kate.
okay,
I did say
go ahead.
that. I was not. I'll address that real quick. I was not watching until Jimmy started, man. But I'm gonna tell you, it's real hard as a faithful not to turn on the game, especially when it's Monday night. I watch all the Monday night games. So yes, I broke that. I will eat crow. I'll admit it. I watched it, and I was damn sure happy about it. I watched it with a few other faithful. But yeah, man, Jimmy played well, but it was limited throws, short passes, and he did what he was supposed to do. I'm not saying he was horrible, but he did what Jimmy does, and that's okay. Kyle continues to mash things for him. I'm not going to give Jimmy a huge shout out and props because he didn't do anything spectacular. The man had basic pedestrian numbers, but he didn't make any mistakes and he didn't throw any interceptions. He did have a couple of high throws, but that's to be expected.
Yeah, and again, I'm gonna save my takes for
Yeah.
when Greg comes on, but I'd say
Running the ball was fantastic though.
just in general, if Jimmy had played more like that, even just to start the season, I think we'd be more encouraged with him starting throughout the year. And I think
Yeah.
that, but I'm not going to get into it. I got more to kind of,
Yes, sir.
take on that. But yeah, watching that game, does it give you more confidence that moving forward, the 49ers will, kind of continue this, right? You got Jacksonville coming up on the road. You're confident that the 49ers will roll into Jacksonville and be able to punch them in the mouth, same way they did with to the LA Rams.
Yes, I am confident that we can do that. The only thing I'm worried about Jacksonville is their defense. They held the Bills to 6 points.
Yeah.
So their defense is sneaky. You got to be real careful with that defense. The offense, I'm not worried about. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. And then I think after that we got Minnesota, right? I believe
Yep.
so. I believe it's Minnesota. So after the, after that, I just hope Kyle don't fall back in love with Kirk and give us a crap, a crap game because he's too busy. He don't want to beat his boyfriend. I'll always stay with that. He love him some Kirk Cousins. He do. That's just like me. I love me some Selma Hayek, but that don't mean that if I
Bro,
got to go
me
out there and
too.
beat her.
I
Oh,
love me
so,
some Selma Hayek.
hey,
Yeah.
I do. Hey, Croc, bruh, black don't crack, boy. Your mama don't look old enough to be your mama. I'm
Oh
just
yeah,
keeping
she
it a
she about
buck.
to be 60.
She looked young. I was like, wait, Croc, oh, and somebody hit me in the comments and said, black don't crack. I said, I know,
Yeah.
man. Hey, but
Yeah.
yeah, hey, appreciate you having me on. I'll let somebody else get on. With quality win, guys, versus a good team. So nobody can take this away from us. Oh, well, you beat this person, you beat that. No, we beat a quality team. The Rams
Yeah.
were rolling. They were a good squad, offensively and defensively. And if you notice, there was no Aaron Donald at the post-game press conference last night. Why? Debo went and snatched that chain again. Yes, sir. Let's go. Have a good
Yeah.
one, Crocky. Peace,
All
baby.
right. You have a good one, man. That's what's up. All right, here we go. Next person up, we got my guy Darius. Darius, good to have you on again, bro.
Hey, how you doing, man? Top of the morning.
Oh, much better. I think everybody right now. I'm looking at the comments. Everybody's in much better spirits right now as opposed to where we
Right.
were. You know, shoot, just yesterday.
Boy,
How you feeling
listen,
about the game?
listen. I loved it. I can't take nothing from them. They played flawless, bro. Flawless victory, right?
Yeah,
However, I'm not satisfied, man. I'm definitely not satisfied. Please do this again. Consistency. You
yeah,
know what I'm saying? Do it to Jacksonville. And we know you can run the ball on the Vikings. You did it in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? You can run the ball 40 times on them. But let's see you guys take this and build off it. I would love to see that. If I have to critique it at all, I would say maybe Trey Lance should have got in on the garbage time, give him some playing time, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Get him some experience. But other than that, it was dope, man. The running was, I don't know what did Trey Sermon do? I feel like
he didn't get
Debo
a
stole his
carry.
touches. I feel like
Right.
Debo stole them.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
that like it's things like that. Even in the win, I still see things where it's like Kyle, like, dude, like he can't play still. They still can't play. Like we're up 31-7 and they can't touch the skin. They got their family in the stands. They can't nothing, huh? All right. But other than that, everybody did their stuff, bro. I can't be mad at
Yeah.
them. Like that for once the wide nine worked. I was surprised about that. The wide nine worked. What else? Everybody was on their assignments. Al Shazir,
Yeah.
that dude's a baller, man.
You see when he
I
smashed
can't take
Henderson
nothing from.
and,
I just
and
wanted to
smashed his
say
face mask?
thank you.
Yeah, but
Say it
yeah.
again.
All right, Darius. No, I said, did you see when Al Shair he smashed Henderson and bent his face mask up?
Just come on, man. What? And the dude he got up looking for a flag or something. Nah, ain't nobody come
Yeah,
to help you. Nah, take that L.
right.
Thank you though, man. Y'all
All
have a
right.
good day, man. Niner faithful. Continue to stay faithful. And like I say, man, voice y'all opinion, man. They listening to us. Trust me. They got Instagram, Twitter, and all that. They know how we feel. When you see them
Yeah.
in Safeway, get at them, man. Tell them. But all right, man. Y'all have a good day.
All right. Next up, got my guy Tart. What's good, man? How you doing?
Good. What's good, man?
All right, you up there at work right now?
Yeah, man. I'm always at work, dog.
Now for us, cause you live kind of near me,
Yeah.
game is on kind of late. You know, you still
Yeah.
able to kind of get up and be fresh and everything.
I'm good. Drink a Red Bull. Let's go.
Yeah, how you feeling about the game?
Man, it was tough, man. That's what, like, I was reading the comments, man. Just seeing how physical we were,
Yeah,
that brings back them 2019 vibes, man. How
yeah,
physical, man. Shannon called a great game, man. He won that game just by play calling, and of course the defense did what they did, but that play calling was, man. I don't know what to call it, man. It was great, man.
yeah. He definitely imposed his will on the
Yeah,
Rams defense, just running down their throat. I mean, I was watching it, and at one point I was a little concerned. I'd say early on I was concerned with how they were running Mitchell because Mitchell already has bad ribs right now,
yeah,
and I mean, they just were almost running him into a brick wall and
yeah.
just over and over. And I kept thinking, like, okay, off of that, they're gonna do like a big play action or do some things. And they just didn't. They just toss, toss,
How
toss,
did you watch the game?
toss, counter.
Did you watch it with the Peyton Manning, or was you watching it on regular?
I was watching both most of the time. So
Uh-huh.
typically when the 49ers were on defense, I would
Hmm.
I would I would watch the live view on ESPN. And then when the 49ers were on offense, I wanted to hear what they were saying about what the
Exactly.
49ers were doing. So I would watch Manning and those guys. And they were talking about the different things that, with the motions and the different cracks and the different run designs and everything like that. So it was pretty insightful. Once they started having guests on, I wasn't
Yeah.
tuning in as much because they start talking about these different stories and things like
All
that. But
all that.
anytime it was just those two guys, when it was just Eli and Peyton Manning and the 49ers were on offense, I was tuned in.
Yeah. 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 I was taking, like you said, they was calling for how we was running the ball. They was calling for a big shot. I was waiting on it, but I guess, whatever. I'll
Right.
take
It didn't come.
it.
I think I saw the little passing chart. I think Jimmy had like one throw that
Yeah.
traveled further than 10 yards down the field. So the air yards weren't quite there.
Yeah.
But yeah, it high efficiency. I was expecting, like you, I was expecting the big shot at some point, but it never came.
How did you feel about what about Josh Norman in the red zone, man?
Uh it might be time. I gave him some time, to kind of really kind of get it together, but I noticed he's not challenging himself. Okay, so when I say he's not challenging himself, right? In 2015, now this 6 years ago, but Josh Norman, I thought he played outstanding. That was one of the that was if you're looking for someone that does press bill, because they play like a lot of quarters, a lot of too high,
Yeah.
and that was probably the best press bill season I'd ever seen from a technical standpoint. How he was challenging himself, how he was reading down route concepts
Hmm.
from a press bill. And I watched him last night, and it's like, dang, he's not quite challenging himself that same way. Obviously, he's much older now.
Yeah.
Also, I mean, the missed time jump in the end zone, which I always look at things like, yeah, like, that doesn't hurt us right now. Okay, you're up, you're blowing this team out, you're gonna win, even if the receiver catches that ball for a touchdown. Like, you're still gonna win. But I just look at that as like there's more to come with things like that are
Hmm.
just kind of weird, and a lot of it looks to be from a limited athletic standpoint. And I think from that, when you look at it like that, I think his time is kind of up. So I when I look at him, I look at why he's playing over a guy like Lenore, who I think they're
Yeah.
transitioning into nickel,
Hmm.
but if Josh Norman's going to do things like that, which really there's no resistance,
Hmm.
right? I might as well play with one of the younger guys.
Okay. Yeah, I think we just in a kind of a bind. We kind of gotta play him because, I mean, his position where he was at, the position kind of affected the receiver. The receiver thought he had it. The receiver thought it was a pick. That's why he kind of whiffed on the catch. I still thought he could have caught the ball,
Yeah.
but probably we play a younger guy. He probably not in the position that Norman was in, maybe. But yeah, that was my only like, whoa, that was bad. That was
Yeah,
bad.
yeah, that was wild. So
Yeah.
yeah, man. All right, though. I appreciate you coming
Yes,
on, Mr. Tart.
yes, sir.
All right, here we go again. My guy Roscoe's on. Chris, what up, man?
What's up, Croc?
What's on your
How's it
mind?
going?
You only call in when something really on your mind.
You right, and I'm calling in because I want to shout out Teleno who fuck him. Ha! Hey, he had a one pass deflection. He had a
Yep.
QB hit because on that fake field goal, he put a lot of pressure on that on the punter, and so the punter had to hurry up and get it off. And then he had that big hit slash pass deflection slash. He almost picked that off. So he played a very solid game, and
He
all the
also had another
haters who
pass
want to hate.
breakup. He had another pass breakup downfield on
Oh yeah,
when he
yeah.
was when he was
Mosley,
covering.
yeah.
Yeah, when he was covering Emmanuel Mosley.
They didn't count that one, which is weird, but it is what it is. You know what I said? Like, shout out to Teleno, Hufunga, all the haters. Be patient. Let rookies grow. I think that's my new slogan for the year. Let rookies grow. And Jimmy Garoppolo has put in his third straight solid performance. Nothing great, excellent. No, back to back to back solid performances. I do want to see Trey Lance, but sometimes people be overly hating on Jimmy G. So I just want to put it out there: 3 straight solid performances. But tell them no Hufunga, baby. USC. I'm out of here.
All right. My guy right here called Hufunga the tongue and missing. The tongue and missing. I like that. I like that. In just a few short minutes, we'll have my guy Greg Pinelli on. He's coming on. Hold on. I got to put the link in here. And this will be the last caller because I'm sure Greg will be on in just a few minutes. So Pinor? I don't even know how to say this. Is it Pinor? But I gotta see what he has to say about last night, because he was one. He hoped the 49ers got their ass beat last night. And I understand why he did. And I also want to talk about what it means moving forward. But I was going to wait on that take with to get on with my guy Greg Pinelli, quarterback guru. Greg, he trains quarterbacks all throughout California, college guys, NFL guys, has worked a ton with Josh Allen. He gives us great insight on Josh Allen and his development as a passer. But yeah, see the Flames still coming in. Everybody feeling good. Let's go. Let's go. All right, here we go. This is what y'all want to hear. Let's go. Let us hear it. Let us hear it.
Oh, can you hear me?
How do I say your username?
Just Pinor.
Pinor. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
gotcha.
yeah. Yo, okay. So first of all, Roscoe is correct. Hufanga had a good game yesterday, and I have to give him credit there because credit is due. And anytime that someone does good, I can't lie about it. Jimmy did good yesterday. Straight up. So
What did you
I
like
think
about his
that-
game?
Who in particular, Hufanga or Jimmy?
Jimmy.
Okay, Jimmy. To me yesterday, he wasn't making too much mental errors. He was just playing it safe. He was playing Jimmy ball, but it was straight up. I don't even know how to explain it. It's just the mental errors. He just eliminated as much mental errors as possible to me. And as far as like taking shots downfield, I mean, he didn't necessarily need to because Debo was just on fire in that game. So for the most part, he just delivered the ball the way that OG Jimmy was supposed to. 15 yards to the line. In my opinion, he did that to the best degree of what he can, today. So I felt like that was happening. And I was surprised that when the pocket was it was getting a little chaotic because Moore was obviously he got hurt. So I was just surprised that Jimmy did have the game that he did. But more importantly, I'm just surprised on the run game. I heard this yesterday in the spaces that the Rams looked like yesterday. It looked like how we looked last week to the Cardinals when we had two turnovers early on in the game and they had to try to pass rather than run a lot. And it just didn't look like it worked. And I think that OBJ being on the field, it wasn't the same chemistry as it would be with Woods. And you could just tell that it was just the Rams are playing too scared. They're playing too scared, in my opinion. Not that their calling was too scared. It's just it eventually got to a point where they weren't playing bully ball either. So I really liked the way the team executed yesterday. And yeah, I was and by the way, delete yesterday's show, please. But no. You guys are good. Hey,
No,
I'm gonna let everybody in the comments know. Yeah, go ahead.
I hear you, right? And I know you're joking when you say that, but there is something about what you said. And I think that was some of the issues that people like Steve Young had early on, right? Like when you decide to go with the veteran Jimmy Garoppolo over a rookie, at what point do you get him in the game? Or do you just say, you know what, Trey Lance, you're going to really sit all year and you have the number 3 overall pick and his clock doesn't start until next year. But what you were doing was basically saying like, we kind of know what Jimmy Garoppolo is, what he isn't. Again, I don't want to get too deep into it. I got my guy Greg Pinelli coming on, but you're just like, just rip the Band-Aid off. And you knew that, for them to rip the Band-Aid off, it was going to take a loss and it'd be kind of Jimmy's fault. And it didn't happen. Right.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay. So if Trey Lance let's just say if Trey Lance isn't going to play at all for the rest of the season and we're this playoff team, right? I think the most important thing that Kyle can do is develop that winning culture. He needs to develop something that could go on to next year when Lance is the starter. So that is something that, all right, fine. If Trey Lance ain't going to play, fine. I'm going to survive because I know that Trey Lance is a hard worker. And I know eventually when he does get his shine, he will work hard for it. And he will work to be, in my opinion, an elite quarterback one of these days. So I can live another day if he ain't going to play another snap from here on out for the season. But one thing I do want to tell everybody in the comments, I know that I could come off negative and I come off pessimistic. I get that. And the thing is, don't ever expect me to bullshit with you guys. If something is the fact, I will say it. Yesterday, Jimmy played good. Talahufanga played good. Defense was flying all over the place. We played how we were supposed to play yesterday. And I'll never lie about anything like that. I can't be biased about the whole thing. It feels good, and it feels weird because I want Trey Lance to develop. But at the same time, I can never get mad again. How I said yesterday, I can't get mad if we win because at the end of the day, I am a Niner fan. So
right.
It's a little weird how everything played out because that is so unpredictable, and common sense just doesn't work with NFL. Apparently, it just doesn't. Like, bro, like I did not expect that to happen, but.
Right.
Yeah. Anyways, thank you, Croc, for the show, and can't wait to listen up. What Penali's gonna say right now.
All good. All right, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks for owning that. Thanks for owning everything from yesterday.
Oh yeah,
Appreciate
always.
That. All right. I like when it comes on. All right, here we go. Got some super chats. My guy Eddie, Cal set them up for success. Stuck to the run, gave Jimmy third and shorts versus third and long, and it kept the defense off of the field. I think more than anything, he did a really good job of putting the 49ers in position, for the most part, to where they couldn't shoot themselves in the foot. And there was something, I'm going to bring it up when we get Greg Pinelli on, but right before halftime, he did not call a timeout. And I thought a certain way about that, but then something he did later in the game contradicted my thoughts. So we're going to talk about that much more when we get my guy on. But yeah, the third and short situations definitely helped. There were times where so with Rex Ryan, we learned this thing where it was like get back on track down. So if you see a team come out on first down, they throw a pass and it's incomplete. Second down now is a get back on track down. So a lot of times they're going to run it, try to get some yards, set up a third and short situation. And I thought the 49ers did a really good job of doing well in the get back on track down. The 49ers were really good on third downs, which heading into that game, one of the worst in the league. So it was good to see them be able to execute and, stay on the field, string together really long drives. Last night, talking to my guy, Brian Peacock, Locked On 49ers. Make sure you guys go listen to that. But said that first drive was 18 plays. What? And they ate up a lot of the quarter. A lot. 49ers had pretty much twice as much time of possession as the Rams. So do things like that. You're going to definitely put yourself in position to win. And Kyle definitely set the team up for success with being able to ground and pound, run the ball. Here we go. One game at a time. The 7 and 6 seed are up for grabs. Let's go. You're right, man. And yesterday we came on here and we talked about it. That was the game that you got to win this. You win that. All right, now go string these wins together. One game at a time. You got Jacksonville coming up next. And, Jacksonville, it's on the road. They've been playing better. Not going to lie. Jacksonville has been playing better. They just beat Buffalo a couple weeks ago. They were in the game that I just watched. I was watching some of the game, obviously, on watching NFL Red Zone. So, they show everything that's kind of going on. Watching the game, and I was like, man, Jacksonville's they're hanging around in these games. I don't think they are going to be just pushed over like we initially thought, especially heading to this game, because early on they were terrible. Now, their quarterback, he's still running for his life. Every play damn near Trevor Lawrence is running for his life. So the 49ers are going to have to find more of a pass rush. I think we talk about all the positives from this game, and I'm an optimistic person. I love a lot of what I saw. But there are areas where the 49ers still need to, become a little bit more consistent. And I think the pass rush is a big part of that. All right. Appreciate the contribution. Here we go. Another contribution from my guy, Chris at Jackson Rex Ryan Solid Beef. Okay. Hold on. And I got Greg Pinelli in here. Greg gonna have to wait for a second. So let's talk about it real quick. So Rex Ryan, if he's one of those guys, he's kind of like a Pat Beverly, right? Where when he's on your team, you probably love him and you love his antics. When you're a fan, you like it and you probably think it's funny. When you play against him, you hate Pat Beverly, right? It's like, man, as a Laker fan, when he was playing for the Clippers, like, yeah, I can't stand Pat Beverly. Rex Ryan is kind of that guy for a lot of fan bases, right? Where he's going to talk. But one thing I noticed, being with the Jets, he talks a lot because he strongly feels like not just he'll back it up, but when he talks and he says things to the media about his team, he feels like his team will back him up. When the 49ers, this was 2015, 2015, after they fired Harbaugh, I was like, please get Rex Ryan. Please get Rex Ryan. Please get Rex Ryan. The reason why I wanted them to get Rex Ryan was because I know Rex Ryan ain't scared of nobody. He's not scared of anything. He's one of the most confident human beings you'll ever meet. But not only is he extremely confident, Rex Ryan is an amazing X's and O's coach. On top of being an amazing coach, because some people they have all this knowledge, so he's a great X's and O's coach, but he's also an amazing teacher. His tactics that he uses to teach you, like, it's great. Some of the things he I still remember some of the plays and how to run them. Just because, I mean, it's been 8 years, but it's because of how he taught us. And then he's an amazing players coach, and he's an amazing master motivator. You typically don't have all of that in one coach. I think his downfall was John Idzik, the GM, just didn't really get him help offensively. They had no help offensively. If you go look at that offense, it was just all defense. Okay, we got to run with like Sean Green or whatever. That year that I was there, 2013, the Jets won 8 games, and I can't tell you how. The only thing I could think of as to how they potentially won 8 games that year was because just Rex Ryan. Like, that's it. You had Geno Smith, you had Matt Sims starting some games. Matt Sims, not Chris Sims. I'm talking about Chris Sims' little brother, Matt Sims, who y'all probably never heard of. He had to start some games, and somehow 8 games they won. All right, so let's get to some of his comments real quick about Robert Saleh before we get Greg Pinelli on. Robert Saleh, Greg, I don't know if Rex Ryan was asked. I need to go back and listen to the actual podcast, but there was a clip, and he ripped into Robert Saleh a little bit, and he basically said, like, this guy's a loser. Like, he's like, he lost more times than not with San Francisco. He only had a top defense 1 year. Don't compare this guy to me. He was like, I hear people saying that, they're comparing this guy to me. Like, he hasn't accomplished anything. Like, what has he done to be compared to me, who have had great defenses for stretches? He said, people might say, well, he's playing without a safety or whatever. Rex said, listen, 1 year I lost 5 cornerbacks and still had a top 5 defense in the league. It's like, the only thing this guy's familiar with is losing. He was losing in San Francisco. He's losing with the Jets. He's going to finish last again. There's going to be 4 out of 5 years he's been a coach where he's finishing last in the division. Don't compare this Saleh guy to me. And I was like, if you know Rex Ryan, that was how, Rex Ryan made it personal, because it's like, y'all comparing this dude to me. Like, don't compare this guy to me. He's not, and Rex Ryan, I know we look at him as a head coach. He also was a Super Bowl winning defensive coordinator, if I'm not mistaken. I believe he won a Super Bowl, if I'm not mistaken. I might be wrong. Or he was coaching on the staff. They won a Super Bowl. Rex Ryan, I know with the Jets, took Mark Sanchez to back-to-back AFC championship games, beat Tom Brady on the way to get there. If it weren't for that terrible Jets team, he would have more of a winning record. But he's somebody I loved him. You got to kind of be around him to see how Rex is. But he was a great coach, in my opinion. I loved being around Rex Ryan. My favorite coach that I've ever been around. Now, I won a championship here with the San Jose SaberCats. I show that ring sometimes. Hold on. You already know I got the ring. Bling, bling. All right. Diamonds. Them diamonds dancing. But anyways, I won a championship. And that Coach Arbet, he was awesome too. He was different than Coach Rex Ryan. But Rex Ryan, for sure, my favorite coach. But he ain't lying. He said that the Jets defense is playing uninspired football. And one thing, if you watch any of Rex Ryan's defenses, they were always inspired. All right, so you guys got to. I'm gonna go listen to that full audio. Who could have said something with a smile? Rex seemed angry. I think Rex seemed angry because of maybe how people talk about him, right? Like, I think people poke at Rex Ryan as if he's like this idiot, almost like Bill O'Brien, right? Bill O'Brien, I've talked about that. Bill O'Brien, everybody talks about Bill O'Brien like he's this idiot. Dude had 5 winning seasons in 7 years. He did some weird stuff as a general manager. But Bill O'Brien, I put out this poll, who's a better head coach, Bill O'Brien, Kyle Shanahan, or or Matt Nagy, and it was like Kyle Shanahan by far. And I'm pretty sure Bill O'Brien will look at that like Kyle Shanahan. I mean, yeah, he can't hold a candle to the things I've done as a head coach. You know what I'm saying? People take those things personal. Like, dude, I have 5 winning seasons in 7 years. I went to multiple playoffs. I went to a playoff game with Brian Hoyer and whoever else I had at quarterback. Don't compare me to Kyle Shanahan. I bet you Bill O'Brien would say that. So when you are Rex Ryan and you've had a lot of success as a coordinator, as a coach, a lot of top defenses, and you have this guy being compared to you, and like he said, yeah, they're saying he's a lot like me, but the better version of me, or without all the bad stuff. And he's like, yeah, sometimes you need that bad stuff because look what he's doing right now. The team is playing uninspired, terrible defense, looks bad, yada, yada, yada. So Rex, man, I always got the most respect for Rex. I think he's the kind of person that you just got to be around to kind of understand a little bit more. Rex gave this speech before training camp started, right? And he was just talking about like just going in and like just fighting. Like I'll take on anybody. Like I'll take on everybody. And it was something like I'm hard. I get hyped up just on myself because I love, I just love football. I love being out there. Like I'm turned. Greg's about to come on. He'll tell you. I'm just a turned up dude. And we'll talk about all the penalties I used to get. I'm turned up to the max. But I'm right. I just kind of turn myself up. And without, I don't need that motivation from outside. But Rex Ryan gave this speech before training camp that like I had a tear in my eye. Like I'm ready to go to war. Like like, okay, Rex, you want me to run through this brick wall? Like I'm not no big hitter, but I'm gonna run through this wall. Like that's the kind of confidence that Rex instills in people. So everybody, they're gonna have their different takes on Rex. But I'm telling you, man, that was one of the best coaches I've ever been around. Ever. All right, but enough of Rex Ryan. We're going to get to QB Monday/Tuesday with my guy, Greg Pinelli. All right. So I've been holding in my takes on the quarterback situation after last night's game. We're going to get to all that and more. So let's go to break. Keep it locked right here. Hey, and while we go to this break, go ahead and hit that like button. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button as well. Hold tight.